Greetings and welcome for the very last time to Teacher T Thailand. Yes, it's with a very heavy heart I have to announce that Teacher T Thailand will be no more. In this video I'm going to break it down into three parts. Part one, how we got here today, how we evolved the channel and how we arrived to today. Part two, the reasons I'm closing the channel. And part three, what the future looks like for Teacher T. So, part one, Teacher T Thailand. How did the channel start? Why did it start? And why did I become a teacher in Thailand? It all started during that stupid pandemic that we had. I went to visit my family in England, and within the first week of being there, Boris Johnson announced lockdown.
Good evening. The coronavirus is the biggest threat this country has faced for decades, and this country is not alone.
I was stuck in UK for a whole year. I didn't see Mrs. T for a year, even though we had been married for 15 years at that stage. We were completely separated for a year. And because I have an HGV Class 1 license, I was driving a truck for a whole year during COVID when people were fighting over toilet paper. Do you remember those crazy moments? Anyway, I eventually became one of the first expats back to Thailand. Thailand did not have COVID at all. They controlled it 100%, locked their borders, controlled everything. I was one of the first expats to be allowed back in after paying £2,500 quarantine and staying in a hotel for 2 weeks, locked in my room. When I tested negative for the third time, I was allowed to visit my wife in Thailand. It wasn't very long before money started running out, and the last thing I wanted to do was to travel back to lockdown England again. And I started looking on Facebook for jobs, and one of the only jobs as a foreigner you're allowed to do in Thailand is to become an English teacher. And there was a school asking. I had an interview on the Sunday, and by the Monday I was teaching in class. And from there on it's been an amazing journey. The students have been fantastic. The school bureaucracy sometimes leaves a lot to be desired, and that's one of the reasons I've decided to retire early. I'm getting older, more grumpy in my old age. I can't put up with silly little things. Anyway, I became a teacher in Thailand. Why the name T? My name's Trevor. There's no V, there's no letter V in the Thai alphabet. So whenever I used to introduce myself, Teacher Trevor, I would be there for 30 minutes until they could pronounce my name correctly, because they wanted to pronounce it correctly. Every time I met somebody, what's your name? Trevor. T. My name's T. So from there on, I became known as Teacher T.
Morning, morning. Yay.
Within 6 weeks of me teaching, COVID hit Thailand because they started letting foreigners back in, and my students were taken away from me and I had to teach online. And that included making YouTube videos. I had to teach making YouTube videos and send them to the students and do Zoom online and everything like this. So it got me used to being in front of camera and talking. Eventually, when the students came back after 6 months, one of the things I was dying to ask them, what would you like to be when you get older? And I was really shocked. I was thinking they're going to say doctor, dentist, scientist, whatever. More than 50% of the class, teacher, I want to be a YouTuber. Really? It made me look into it, and then I saw the light. Ta-ding! There is something in this. So to help them, I decided to start the channel Teacher T Thailand to see if I could get my 1,000 subscribers and my 4,000 watch hours, just to show them how difficult and not easy it is. And also the channel was going to be me teaching English. That's how it was supposed to start. But I bought the Insta360 camera and started filming on my motorbike, and I was just amazed with the video footage I was getting. So it was one of my first videos I did was the review of my Meteor 350. It was a new bike that I bought for myself at the time, and I did a 20,000 kilometer review just to test the water. And surprisingly, that video got a lot of views. And from there on I started producing motorcycle content, not teaching English content. Hence where we got here today. So last week was my last day of teaching as Teacher T Thailand. It's been an amazing journey and I've loved every moment, but I'm no longer a teacher, and soon, in the next 2 days, I'll be traveling back to UK. So really the channel name, Teacher T Thailand, doesn't fit anymore. And let's be honest, it doesn't really scream out motorcycle content to anybody who's new. So I've decided that Teacher T Thailand is scrubbed and we're going to have a new channel name. Another reason is that YouTube keep emailing me all the time to start a merchandise shop, and not even I would buy a motorcycle t-shirt with Teacher T Thailand on it, let's face it. So we're going to have a new channel name. It's been an amazing journey, bringing travel documentaries, bringing product reviews, and just traveling Thailand on my Royal Enfields that I've owned. So a massive thank you to each and every one of you for your support over the last year and a half. It's really amazed me how far we've come. So if you're already subscribed to Teacher T Thailand, you don't have to do anything. All I'm doing is changing the channel name to Ride with T. So you'll still stay with me. But if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to Ride with T for new adventures. Thank you. So welcome everyone to Ride with T. This is just the beginning.